my dears, and welcome to my channel. As always, I am very happy and grateful that you've chose to spend your time with me. And supporting my channel is really easy. Like the video, subscribe, leave a comment, and click on the notification bell of when you would like to be notified when a new video drops. And I hope that you are all doing well, but if not, I do hope things will get better for you soon. But if you want to forget about things for a little while, join me in meeting the Tarot Obscuro. And this deck was created by Lotta and released this year. It was a Kickstarter deck. It started as a Kickstarter deck. And she is selling this on her website, and I will link that in the description if you're interested in going over there and checking her website out. And it retails for $70, and you can get the tarot deck with some astrology cards for $90, but I think those are sold out as of this video. Not to say that it won't change, but you can check back to the store every once in a while, because I do have the astrology cards, so I can show you what those are about. And her other decks are Echoes of the Wood Oracle and Arcana Flow board game. And this deck tells a story. Witches, magicians, and mystical beings who have hidden in the shadows for centuries have decided to reveal themselves. Okay, so this is the printed guidebook. I don't believe this is for sale, but there's a way that you can get this guidebook, and I will talk about that when we after we look at these cards. The box specs are 5 1/4 height, across is 3 1/4, and the box is 2 inches, and the title is only on this side, and it does have her name. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it, and I don't want to butcher her name in your ears by trying to pronounce it. And this is her socials. And Tarot from the Depths of the Universe. And it is a magnetic box. And there is a PDF, there is a scan that you can do to get the PDF guidebook as well. Okay, so there is no ribbon. You just pretty much have to pour things out, and you've got that. Okay, and reversals will not be revealed, and the edges are black, as you can see. No foil or anything like that. And the cards are made with eco-friendly 300 GSM cardboard with FSC certification. For the card nerds out there that like to know the card stock specifications. I try to get them, but sometimes I can't find them, how much they are or anything like that. So the cards themselves are a little bit smaller than the Rider-Waite. As you can see, they're a little bit smaller, and they're 4.72 height, and across is 2.6. All right, and they are a matte finish. Okay, so in my tarot deck videos, I do a side-by-side comparison with a Rider-Waite deck, and so the one that I have been using in pretty much all my videos is the Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot, and it is produced by US Game Systems, and you can probably go to their website, or you can try Amazon if you're interested in it. And so I do a side-by-side comparison with the decks, so you can kind of see what they're about. Okay. And there are 2 extra cards that she's given you. And they are the lock and the key. Let me just show those off to you. All right, so let's do the side by side. And kind of hard to see the gold foil in them, but they have the title with the gold foil. And this is one of my more interesting decks. I don't know, it just caught my attention for some reason. I do like unique decks. Kind of hard to get a grip on them. Okay, so that is the major arcana. And the next suit is cups. my 8 go? Oh, there it is. Sorry about that. I thought I had these all prepared. And she did keep the court cards. Okay. All right. Next, we move on to the wands. Yeah, this deck was one that when I initially got it, I wasn't really sure about it. I mean, I did check it out on Kickstarter and everything, and I did back it, but it was one that grew on me. And it's understandable that you are going to have decks that are like that, to where when you get it, you think, oh, this is going to be good, and then you start looking through it and you're like, I don't know about that. But yeah, eventually this deck won me over. But it might not be for everybody, and that's okay. Okay. Next, we have the Pentacles. have the swords. All right, and that is the deck. And let me show you the astrology cards. Okay, they're not in order because I have been using the deck, but I just wanted to show you. So we have Aries, Cancer, Scorpio, Aquarius, Sagittarius, Libra, Taurus, Gemini, Capricorn, Leo, Virgo, Pisces, and the extra one is the I'm gonna have difficulty pronouncing this. Ophricus. Okay, I'm not even gonna try and pronounce it. It's spelled Ophiuchus, and this is considered the 13th sign, but because of the calendar only having 12 months, they left this one out. And this is not a traditional zodiac sign. The sun passes through it November 29th to December 17th. And it is referred to as the serpent bearer. So if you wanted to do a little bit more research on this card, feel free. All right. So the cards themselves, they are matte, like I said before. And shuffling, I don't. If you're okay with the regular size deck, the shuffling shouldn't be an issue. They're not really stiff, so you could do the rifle shuffling. You could do the overhand shuffling. You can split them up collect them that way, or you can do the fan. As I say in all of my videos, there is no right or wrong way to shuffle your cards. It's just what you feel comfortable with and what your physical limitations are. And this one's a little hard to do the fan with, but you can still do it. Or you can just spread them out through the whole table and pick them one by one like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at this guidebook. So, there are two ways you can get the physical guidebook, because last I checked, they don't have the physical copy except through the Kickstarter. The one way was to scan the code on the deck, and also if you go to her link tree, she has a category for a link for a printable PDF, and I will put her link tree in the description. Okay, so let's go ahead and explore this guidebook. And it is, I don't know how many pages. I didn't count them. But it's a pretty good size guidebook. Okay, so go right away into an introduction to the book. And it talks about the deck structure and basic steps for working with tarot. And I always consider these suggestions, because if you've been working with tarot for a while, you know the whole spiel, how it goes. If you're a beginner, I think they gear these towards you guys. And then we go into a journey with the Obscuro deck, and basically just goes into what the deck is about. And from idea to magic, Lotta introduces herself and talks about how the deck was born. Okay, and then we go right into the meaning of the cards, I should say. And it does have, I do believe it's astrology sign. Let me check really fast. Yeah, it's got like planetary and astrology signs that are added. Okay, so basically you'll get a picture of the card, and then the card title, and talks about the illustration of the card. And then we go into the symbolism, and talks about certain aspects of that's in the card, and then it goes into the meaning, new beginnings, and then like unconscious path, and I'm guessing that's reversals, another word for reversals, but I could be wrong. And then basically going into some more meanings, and then just tells a story about the Fool, because she had stated that witches, magicians, and mystical beings came out to tell her stories. So I think that these on this page is what that is. Okay, and basically it's the same with the rest of the cards. And it's a nice guidebook. I really like guidebooks when they're done well, and this one I do believe is done very well. And then we go into the cups. There's no table of contents, so you'll have to do a flip through until you get used to the book and get familiar with it. And same thing with the minors, and goes into representing the element of water. Cups, she talks about the meaning of the Ace of Cups, and then we go into the symbolism of the illustration of the card, and then we have our story. And it's always nice when they don't diminish the minor arcana, because it's just as important as the major. In a lot of guidebooks, they will shorten the minors, and I don't know. I think it's kind of unfair. So basically, that is the guidebook. And just do a quick flip through so you can kind of get an idea. And I like that she added the symbolism, because then she explains the illustration in a deeper way to help you understand why she chose what she did for the card. Because sometimes I'll look at cards that people do and I'll be like, what were they trying to get at? And then we also have the two cards, the lock and the key. And she just goes into little short meanings of those as well. All right, so let's go ahead and draw a card and see what message wants to pop up and say something. Oh, I have these upside down, so we'll just do right side up. Okay, so we have the Page of Swords. Okay. All right. The card depicts a warrior, sadly bowed, leaning on a long sword of unusual shape. Previously a monk, he now wears part of his cloak draped over his waist. His posture and expression suggest deep contemplation and melancholy. Symbolism. Warrior with a long sword represents the transition from a life of peace to one of conflict and challenge. Bold posture indicates sorrow, contemplation, and the weight of responsibilities. Remnants of a monk's cloak symbolizes his past life and the enduring connection to his spiritual roots. The Page of Sword embodies the struggle between spiritual ideas and the harsh realities of life. The unusual shape of the sword suggests unique challenges and the need for adaptability. Sorry. The warrior's bowed posture highlights the emotional burdens he carries, while the monk's cloak signifies his enduring wisdom and inner strength. This card speaks to the importance of introspection and the resilience in the face of adversity. The Page of Swords calls for introspection and the reconciliation of past beliefs with present realities. It emphasizes the need for mental clarity and emotional strength to navigate life's challenges. This card encourages embracing the wisdom of past experiences to forge a path forward with courage and integrity. And then we have the story. In the ancient kingdom where mountain peaks touched the clouds, there lived a warrior named Damien. His life was complex and multifaceted. In his youth, he had been a monk devoted to prayer and meditation. But as years passed, circumstances forced him to abandon his peaceful path for the road of war. Damien always carried with him a long, unusual-shaped sword that he had forged using ancient monastic techniques. This sword became a symbol of his struggle and a reminder of his past. Every time he felt its weight in his hand, he remembered his monastic life filled with peace and wisdom. One day, after a brutal battle, Damien found refuge in an abandoned chapel on a hilltop. Exhausted and worn out, He knelt down, leaning on his sword. Memories of lost comrades and shattered dreams overwhelmed him once more. In that moment, he realized how much his path had changed. His eyes filled with sorrow, but also determination. He understood that his sword was not just a weapon, but a symbol of his inner strength and struggle. The monk's robe, still wrapped around his waist, reminded him of his spiritual roots, of the light of hope even in the darkest times. Damon deeply reflected on his life, on the transition from peace to war, and how to reconcile these two worlds in his heart. He realized that the spiritual strength and wisdom he had gained in the monastery could help him overcome any hardships on the battlefield. He understood that his true power lay not in physical prowess, but in finding balance within his internal conflicts. At dawn, when the first rays of sunlight touched his face, Damon rose from his knees. He no longer felt lost. He was ready to continue his journey, having found new understanding and strength. His sword, gleaming in the morning light, became a symbol of his resolve and readiness to face any challenges with wisdom and humility. I hope I said that name right. I really do. Okay, so that is pretty much all I have for this unusual deck. And let me know what you think of it. And if you did get it through the Kickstarter, let me know how it's working out for you. And if you have any recommendations to anybody who's interested in the deck, I'm always looking for other people to, kind of share their experience with it, whether it's good or bad, and also help somebody else who's on the fence about making a decision, or seeing the deck for the first time might help them. But once again, thank you so much for spending your time with me, and I hope that you will join me with another video. But until next time, take care and goodbye, my dears.